It's been a little while since I've done a react video on my channel, so I figured I'd offer a little bit of a refresher. This is a series I make on my channel where I react to media that covers Lolita Fashion and J Fashion. The reason that I do this is because I am mainly a Lolita YouTuber and J Fashion YouTuber. I have a lot of experience in the fashion and the community as well. I went to film school and I have some experience in documentary filmmaking, so I like to watch media and share it with all of you, share my reactions and my thoughts. This episode is brought to you by Native Deodorant. They sponsored this video and requested that it be a react, so if you're happy that the react series is back, thank Native. If you would like to request a react video in the future, please email me at lovelylortopics@gmail.com with react or something to do with react in the subject line so I know what it's for. I got transformed into a Japanese Lolita girl, Harajuku, Japan. And I have actually seen this video before. It's been out for 2 years and multiple people have recommended it to me and requested it, but I haven't gotten around to reacting to it yet. I did watch it because the thumbnail had me a little bit confused since it didn't really show Lolita Fashion. And at first I was thinking that this was a flaw with the video and I was like, oh, why wouldn't you show some sort of outline of like what Lolita Fashion is? But I've thought about it a little more and I think that it's actually really smart because CupofTJ or TJ Lee's audience is not Lolita, so for her to post just like a sudden Lolita outfit, it might be confusing to her audience or they might not be as interested, especially since in the thumbnail she doesn't show the full reveal, so it's like, ooh, what is this? The wig is definitely a different like hair color for her, so it shows a little bit of a change but not the full change, and it has close to 1 million views, so she did something right. Really smart. CupofTJ's channel mainly focuses around travel and food, and she has a lot of great videos. I subscribed to her after seeing this on Japan and Singapore and other countries and cute things there, and it's taken me a while to want to watch vlogs again because I've been like sad about being indoors all the time, but now I'm in this real mood of wanting to watch a lot of vlogs and a lot of travel videos, and I've really been enjoying hers. Obviously in the last year or so she hasn't been able to travel, so her channel has turned more so around food, but I also find that really interesting too, and everything looks so delicious. If you would like to watch the original video uninterrupted by my commentary, the link to it is at the top of my description.
In today's video, we are going to experience firsthand the Japanese Lolita fashion that was born in Harajuku, Tokyo. This fashion subculture from Japan is now popular all around the world. The Lolita look is beautiful, Victorian, and coated with cuteness. And you know your girl, me, hey, has got to try it. We are heading to a Lolita studio in Harajuku to get a full...
Whoa, she's filming in La Forêt. I'm pretty sure that's La Forêt. Those stairs look so familiar. So I don't know if things changed from 2016 when I was in La Forêt, 2018, but you couldn't film anywhere in there, not even at the stairs. I wonder if she got yelled at.
Here it says, what kind of Lolita fashion are you interested in? Sweet, classic, gothic, print style Lolita? Which one should we do? I think we should do sweet. What do you guys think?
I think Prince would be interesting to see. So I know that this place does allow filming. I've seen a few other people make videos about it. Fluffy Kawaii Joe actually made a video on this studio. You pay a fee to be dressed up in Lolita, and they will also do your hair, makeup, and put your outfit together, lend you the clothes. And it's pretty impressive, and it's an interesting concept. I don't know if this place is still currently open. I hope that it is. I don't know how you would do it with the current state of the world and safety and health regulations. I don't know how you'd have to be really specific with how you clean and manage things. Maybe other places like this would pop up because it's a really cool concept for anybody who wants to try out Lolita fashion but doesn't want to immediately drop all the money and work and effort into putting an outfit or coordinate together. Especially since they offer different styles, because you could see if, I'm getting into Lolita but I don't really know if I want to wear sweet, gothic prints. Why don't I try these out? So the basic plan is about $100, which seems like a lot, but is also pretty good for if you consider what you're getting. You're getting the option to borrow these clothes, having your makeup done, styling, and then a photo shoot. Like, that's a steal. Yeah, so these pieces look like there's a lot of brand in here. That's something that I was curious about when I first watched this. I wanted to know if it was going to be all like Tava pieces, or if it was going to be brand pieces, or if it was going to be something that wasn't Lolita at all, but it seems legitimate. They have actual Lolita pieces. Cream cookie collection. Okay, so I was thinking that maybe Maison de Julieta has pieces from the other stores in La Forêt. This is just my assumption. I don't know if this is actually how it works, but I was guessing that maybe they had pieces that didn't sell. Maybe they're like slightly damaged or something. That could be a possibility. And that would be a good way for this company to buy them like cheaper. I'm surprised to see Cream Cookie Collection because it's a very sought after print. However, yeah, it could be maybe minor damage or something.
Little bear? And is that a lion? Oh no, it's a bear.
It's Kuma Kumia and Usa Kumia. I mean, I don't expect her to know this, but her explanation of Lolita is pretty good. And this video is not supposed to be like a documentary or coverage of Lolita. This video is specifically more of a review of Maison de Julieta. And I feel like in the past I have been overly critical of pieces of media because I felt like this is the one opportunity for you, a bigger YouTuber, or you know, a production company or whatever, to share Lolita with the world. And I've definitely throughout this series been really critical of that and saying like, you need to cover this is missing from this, and so on. The thing that I've come to realize now more throughout doing this series is that sometimes even just covering a part of Lolita on a larger channel from a bigger production can be really helpful in like planting the seed. And you don't necessarily need to cover everything, and you might even lose viewership or information by trying to cover it and make this all-encompassing thing. Having specific little videos that just kind of introduce it to new audiences is also really helpful, because it will encourage those people to then search and look up Lolita and find more videos and find more YouTubers. So yeah, I think that at the start of this series I might have been more critical of her and say like, you need to cover it more, you didn't talk about the community, you didn't talk about the styles in more detail, but I don't think that she necessarily had to.
I feel like I'm at a bridal shop and I'm picking up my wedding dress.
Okay, that's all fun and games until you take your Lolita to a dry cleaning service and they charge you the price that it would cost to clean bridal gear, and you try to explain that you don't need that.
If you actually do Lolita fashion, there's a lot of people who actually wear this all the time. Can you imagine like how pricey it is and how much, you know, thought you have to put into your outfit, because there's so many pieces that come with it. And this is just the outfit part. I think there's also the wig, accessories, all of that.
Thank you for acknowledging our hard work. I'm so curious how they have shoes. Like, they must have a limited amount of sizes. Like, I don't, like, maybe you just kind of, like, how do they do that? People have different size feet. Like, I don't think I can fit any brand shoes. Maybe LLs. I'm curious how that works. I'm also very concerned with the fact that she's wearing socks. They have socks. That just seems concerning. I feel like part of the price should be like tights, maybe not brand tights, but just like tights that are one-time use and you get to keep them and take them home. Because like I know you can wash socks, but there's just a block in my head that's like, don't use socks in a service with a bunch of people wearing them all. It just seems so weird. I think that maybe we need a little bit of a cleanliness break after that, which is the perfect time to thank today's sponsor, Native Deodorant. I have used them before and still use them. Their packaging is so smooth and nice, but please ignore that mine is a little bit worn because I have been using these for about a month before filming this. When I tried them before, I said the cucumber and mint was my favorite, but now I really cannot decide. I feel like they all offer a different scent that I kind of go with each day, seeing what my vibe is, what my mood is, and what I kind of want to give off. I'm gonna smell each of these and see what Lolita dress comes to mind when I first smell them. So let's see. Maybe that will help you decide. Cucumber mint gives me a really soft, sweet scent. I'm thinking of Cat's Tea Party. I don't know why, but that's what popped into my head. Citrus Herbal Musk. I'm immediately thinking of Candy Star Rabbit. I feel like this is a meta vibe. A meta, fun, kind of alternative, sweet Lolita vibe. And I'm all about it. And now I kind of want to get Candy Star Rabbit again. It was on my wish list for a long time. Coconut and vanilla is making me think about a bunch of different Innocent World pieces, but I can't specifically land on just one. Maybe Bear Museum? I would love to know what kind of scents you associate with different Lolita prints and different Lolita styles. Native deodorants glide on very smoothly and the scent lasts all day. However, they're not overpowering, so you can still wear these alongside your favorite perfumes and body sprays. These deodorants are aluminum, paraben, and sulfate free, and all the ingredients are clearly listed on the back. They include things like shea butter and coconut oil. Native deodorants are also completely vegan and cruelty-free. 3 deodorants are usually $36, but if you use my code or my link, you will get them for 33% off. My code is also good for 20% off toothpaste and body wash. Thank you so much, Native Deodorant, for supporting my Lolita fashion content. Now let's get back to the video. She looks so cute! She looks like a perfect Lolita. That's so cool. I feel like, I'm guessing that TJ either knows about Lolita fashion just from like researching it, or maybe knows Lolitas in general because she seems to have a good grip on it. I love this scrapbook of Lolita looks that look like they're maybe cut out of like a Gothic Lolita Bible or a Kara. This just like makes me really happy to see.
Okay, like I said, can you imagine a girl who's actually, you know, doing Lolita, this is her thing, this is her passion, how long she has to spend to put it together. You have to find the clothes, and then you have to make yourself up. I mean, it takes a while, right? Then you have to dress up the hair. I imagine it could take anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours just getting ready. The eyelash.
You don't need to put so much emphasis on this girl, she, and assume that only girls are wearing this, because that's not true at all.
If you actually do Lolita fashion, there's a lot of people who actually wear this all the time.
People of all different genders are wearing Lolita, and it would be just easy to say someone or person and not involve any gender. Understandable also for someone outside of the community to not necessarily know these nuances. The next thing is that I guess getting ready for Lolitas is different from person to person, but it does not take me 2 hours to get ready. For me, it literally takes about a half an hour if I'm wearing a wig, because I do the same makeup time and time again, just with different colors, and I think about my coordinates ahead of time, and just sort of on my off time, I just think about different ways to wear things. And also when I buy pieces, I try to think about different ways to wear them. So I always have this kind of catalog of outfits that I want to try out and different coordinates that I want to style. Maybe you are a Lolita and take 2 hours to get ready. Actually, please comment below how long it takes you to get ready if you wear this, because I'm very curious. It will maybe take me an hour to 2 hours if I'm curling all of my hair, my real hair, because it's very long and there's a lot of it. If you're wearing a wig, yeah, I don't see why it would take you that long. I love these decorated eyelashes. These became really popular a few years ago in Japan, and I haven't really seen them a lot outside of Japan, or the people that wear them have bought them in Japan, but I really do like this idea and these eyelashes. I would love to get a pair.
Oh, this one. This one, yeah.
Her reaction seemed like she really was not into the bonnet. She was like, oh! Yeah, I think the bow looks really cute.
There's so many pieces on my body. I have a lot of respect for all the girls in Lolita fashion, because there's a lot.
All the people in Lolita fashion.
For me, my hobby and my passion is making videos, but I imagine for girls, you know,
for people,
their passion, their art is their fashion style here.
You can do both. subscribe.
Well, this is actually the cutest I've ever felt, so. Now is for the best part. We're gonna take some photos. You guys ready?
You know what I find interesting is that most people who try out Lolita for the first time, they always have this like big reaction to wearing a petticoat, and she didn't, or at least she didn't include it. It makes me really happy to see people try out Lolita and say that they feel cute. Like, I don't know, it's just something that people who have experienced it can explain, or can't explain, just doing this thing that's so abstract and so different from normal fashion and wearing it. I love that curtain. Okay, like, this is just a dream. This is, I feel like even if there were just a studio to take photos and maybe not the dress up part, I would be so happy. I just miss taking photos and filming outside of my apartment. This is so cool. I know that there are places that will do photo shoots like this, and KSK, Kuroshiro Kawaii, they do photos by appointment. At the time of editing this, Kuroshiro Kawaii is not able to offer their photo service due to current restrictions, but when it is safe to do so, they will be offering that service again. Please follow their social media and website for more updates and future booking information. It's really cool that not only do they have sets, but they also have props, and they seem to be coaching her on how to pose. As a Lolita, I feel like this experience would be really fun for that aspect too, even if you don't necessarily need somebody to dress you up or need to borrow clothes. Just having a photo shoot that's specifically with Lolita in mind. That's so cool.
Would you not dress up as a Lolita girl one day? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
No, I would never dress up like Lolita. I'd be so happy if she did more Lolita content, honestly. I think that she covered it in such a fun and happy way and did a really good job of introducing people to it while really reviewing this business and this service. I would like to know more about this business. I would be curious to see like an interview of the people who run it and like where their ideas came from and how they put it together. But also, I respect the fact that a lot of Japanese businesses are very private with that sort of information. So yeah, and again, she's experiencing it as like a consumer and someone who would go there, so she might not cover that in that detail. But I'm just curious for myself. So a new thing that I kind of want to try with this series is I want to read some of the comments on these videos and maybe help answer them as a Lolita. I'm going to go in and also from my account type out a response, but I just want to see people's reaction to this video as well through the comments. I would love to do this. The problem is I'm not Asian. That's okay. You can do it. It's hard, obviously, to give that representation when you're just reviewing a service and it's in Japan and you yourself are Asian. But yeah, there is a larger community. I guess that is an area that TJ could have mentioned, that this is a style that's worn worldwide
and is now popular all around the world.
There are people all over the world, and there's also Lolita companies all over the world that make this, not just in Japan. Violet Fane, who's based in Spain, who makes Lolita dresses, and there's a community worldwide of people who wear it. I'd too dress Lolita, but I'm too thick for the dresses. Again, no, you are probably not. There are more and more size-inclusive brands every day, and I'm so proud to see the community and brands moving towards this and offering more sizes, because it has been very exclusive for a long time, especially from the main Japanese brands. I would recommend looking into Meta, who is one of the few Japanese brands who's really moving forward to offer more sizing. There's Spooky Sparkle Party, who specializes in plus size Lolita. There's Dolby, who's an independent designer and makes an array of different size dresses and custom sizing. There is Glitter Tail, is Violet Fane, which offers a wide array of sizes. There's Miss Danger. I will link a blog post by Milk Circus, who covers a bunch of different size inclusive options and brands. I am a male. I can't be a Lolita. Perhaps I want to. See, that's the problem with using this girls terminology, is that you're excluding people who aren't girls. I think maybe even outside of Lolita, covering any sort of fashion, it's maybe just best to like leave gender out of it and just talk about it objectively. Where is that place? Where is that place? What is that state? I really want to go there. Well, it's the mighty fine state of Japan. Literally in her title it says Harajuku, Japan. Alright, okay, I was raised in the United States. Okay, I can make fun of the United States education. Literally, we're raised to just think like that everything is in the grand US of A. What if you are a darker skin? Will they allow you to be in there or not because of your skin tone? I was really curious about the makeup because I wonder if they do foundation, like do they have a range of skin tone colors, and you know, maybe it was just blush and they're just like adding on kind of Lolita features to your existing makeup. I'm really curious to know more about that. I could only find one review where someone mentioned they brought their own foundation, but they didn't explain what was available. If anyone else had experience here, I'd love to hear more about it in the comments. I think in general, if a business like this were to exist again, they should carry a large enough range of makeup for all skin tones, or alternatively, make it clear and reduce the price for all clients to bring their own foundation for use. Or not do foundation at all and just add sparkles, eyelashes, eyeshadow, blush to existing makeup. Not only when it comes to makeup, but also lighting and photography. Like, do they have the proper skills to know how to photograph different skin tones? Which is really interesting. And obviously I don't expect CupofTJ to be able to know these things because she's just going in there as herself, but I am really curious to see people in the future go there and review. Like, I would love to know. I don't know if it would look good on me because I'm black. Yes, it would. It would look good on you. Yeah, without seeing that representation, it is hard to see yourself wearing this fashion. It's often hard to find Black Lolita content creators, and I really want more of their work to be seen. This is why representation is so important and why we should support Black Lolita content creators, because hopefully some of their videos will come up with this video search and other people can find them. Oh god. The last comment I'm gonna read is one that Lolitas are all too familiar with. I don't get why an adult need to dress up like a teen girl. It's okay if you are a teen and you dress up like this, but for an adult to dress like this and for guys to like girls in teen costume dresses are just sick in my opinion. I don't know. Well, if you don't know, why are you commenting? When I think of teen costumes, I honestly think of like the Sexy Leg Avenue costumes, because as a teenager, that's what I really enjoyed wearing. And first of all, not a costume. Second of all, why specifically teens? Like, what about this fashion says teenager? Like, it's elegant and expensive. Like, teens, there are teenagers who wear Lolita, of course, but it's really difficult for them to wear it. And most of the people I find that wear Lolita are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, because you can generally have more income and be able to afford this. In society, it's more acceptable for teenagers to be experimental. Why do you feel that you have to stop doing that as a teen? Why is it wrong to do this as an adult? Please explain. I'm really happy that CupofTJ decided to take the time to review this business, because I'm sure it has helped them get exposure. And I'm also really thankful that she took the time to cover Lolita on her channel, even though it's not specifically a Lolita channel. I'm sure that it introduced more people into the fashion and doing their own research and finding more of it. So I'm very grateful for this. I really enjoyed it. I would totally support if she did more, and I would love to collaborate with her if that's ever possible. And yeah, check out CupofTJ's videos, leave her some support, and as always, stay lovely.